Are You Lonesome Tonight? First recorded in 1960. Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your memory stray to a bright summer day when I kissed you and called you sweetheart? Do the chairs in your parlor seem empty and bare? Do you gaze at the doorstep and picture me there? Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight? I wonder if you're lonesome tonight. You know, someone said that the world's a stage and we all must play a part. Fate had me playing with love, with you as my sweetheart. Act one was when we met. I loved you at first glance. You read your lines so cleverly and never missed a cue. Then came Act two. You seemed to change. You acted strange. And why, I'll never know. Honey, you lied when you said you loved me, and I had no cause to doubt you. But I'd rather go on hearing your lies than go on living without you. Now the stage is bare, and I'm standing here with emptiness all around. And if you won't come back to me, then they can bring the curtain down. Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight? You know, there's a vague reference here to like suicide. If you don't come back to me, then they can bring the curtain down. Now, this entire song I find to be extremely depressing. And because I was in the 7th grade, you know, that age right there, like 12, girls have this tendency to be overly emotional. It's one of the reasons the scholars say women shouldn't rule a country because they're too emotional. Well, I don't know what the problem is we're dealing with right now, but I see a lot of men ruling a lot of things, and I don't think that they could be noted for having any intellect or any, let's say, good hearts, let alone emotions. Anyway, Elvis was a great idol. He was really, you can say, the king. However, the word king is really a misnomer here because in Arabic, the king is the malik, and he's the owner of everything. And he can do whatever he will with what he owns. But here, as we can see, Elvis was not able to be a king of anything because he fell apart when his wife left him. Many say it was his mom. Oh, he couldn't bear the death of his mom. But I don't believe that because everyone knows your parents are older. And I think dealing with a cheating wife right under your own roof with a fitness instructor that you actually knew would be a bit more painful, I believe. I mean, Elvis really lost the will to live, as is mentioned in this song. And it was a relationship that he experienced when he was very young. And this is very hard because really the lost love is a refrain going through so many songs, especially country music. Country music is probably filled with more of that depth of sadness than any other genre. However, in my day, the lost love was more or less a romantic idealization of love. Now, there's nothing like that. For the new generation, the lost love means what? It's also sleazy, and it's one-night stands, and it's revolving on drugs and alcohol and violence. And you know, these new generations, they look at this as the new normal. And in order to drown their sorrows, they just go forward into all sorts of drug-induced despair. horrible. So in this song, the stage is a simile regarding actors in a play of life, actors in love. But we Muslims know something called qadar. Qadar is Allah's divine decree. And we know that free will plays a role, and it's not contradictory, because that's what they try to induce in you when you take a philosophy course, whether it be in, just the word philosophy course makes me have to readjust myself. There's nothing more damaging to a young student's mind than philosophy. And that's why they smack them with it as soon as they're freshmen. You have to take a philosophy course to make you doubt that there's anything called an afterlife or a creator that determines what's going to happen to you. Well, we Muslims know that they hate Allah's words. And they hate any sort of a belief. They prefer to say my way, as was referred to in the previous lesson. Now, I don't want you to be upset that I've mentioned the name Elvis Presley, because I'm going to leave you by a certainty that I will not mention another name of any male singer. I mentioned Sinead's name because we're from the same tribe, the Irish tribe, and we tend to be melancholy easily. But we have so much in common. She's so close to my heart. We were both converts. We both lost our son. And we both, we spoke out against a lot of things having to do with child abuse in the Catholic Church. So the upcoming videos, I have to choose carefully because I don't know anything really about rap music, but now I'm going to go on a quest to find an example. And I'll see you soon. It was probably something along that line, hip-hop, rap. I just call it garbage. Assalamu alaikum.